All right, we are at a totally rewarding chats live from San Antonio with Kawel LauBech, and of course, I brought Paul Reiman with me.
Still allowed to be here.
Nice
Thank
background,
you.
bro.
I know
It's different. I just want to make sure.
I like the fact that you still don't know if I'm wearing pants, though. Like we're still hiding well behind the.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to know either way. Like I'll get up first at that point. Kyle, in the past, I have not always noticed when he has changed his background.
Oh yeah.
But I can confidently say this is the best time.
Yeah, this is real.
It's real life.
Yeah.
So stoked to have you here, Kyle.
Yeah.
Give us your background and your current role.
Sure.
I don't know that they've had this role before.
Sure. Yeah. I am the first chief operating officer for WorldatWork. Throw strategy in there, but I like to say we're all strategists. I'm flanking Scott and helping him as we evolve WorldatWork into a much broader. So thank you. Yeah, background is pretty unique. I started with UPS back in the late '80s, early '90s. Yeah, dates me a little bit. I was going to college at the time, so I wasn't that, but had the great opportunity, excuse me, to start my career over with Southwest Airlines. And I tell people I started over because I went from making, as a college student, 35, 40,000 as a supervisor at UPS, back down to $7 an hour at Southwest. Southwest would not hire management off the street. You had to go through the succession plan, through the promotion within. And so learn the hard knocks of what I believe to be great culture, experience through Southwest, Herb Kelleher, traveled the system with them, went to the people department in Dallas, Texas, and learned from the best on how people should be treated in the workplace. And that translated into the gaming hospitality, worked for Caesars, worked for Mohegan Gaming, where I moved up into a chief human resource officer role back in the 2010s, 2015, and I've been doing that ever since as a practitioner in the human resource arena. Did some consulting, went in, helped healthcare through COVID on cultural challenges, different issues with very, very high turnover during COVID, obviously. That's what reminded me of COVID.
Yeah, everyone's got their wardrobe at home.
Yeah,
like 40 shirts, and
you just didn't know what was on below. Yeah, so you're like, I hope so.
Business on top, party on the bottom. That's just.
So we, through consulting, I had connected with Scott many, many years ago, and I just talked about the fact that he had a premier name in all human resource associations, WorldatWork. So, talk to him strategically many times about how do you evolve that? How do you actually become a world at work? And so we're working feverishly about growing into the India, MENA markets, into APAC, South Africa, South America. We're doing a lot of great things, and a lot of it's because of the work that you do, Sean, to help us on the affiliate side. So we're very appreciative of our relationships. And again, great job presenting today. All the words included. I loved it. It was very.
I think I don't remember the last night, but I might have been the first F-bomb of the show. It was three strong
three.
Words. Three. Oh,
two S words, one S word. So
I don't even count. I don't know how bad that is.
Sorry, I got a sailor's mouth.
If there are any Luitjens children listening, it's not required in your professional career to do that. Speed round of questions for you.
All right.
Are you a coffee or tea person?
I'm definitely coffee.
All right. Now, the follow-up has been, are you a coffee snob?
Just not a gas station coffee guy. Dunkin' Donuts, the Starbucks is a little too rich for me. I think they say it was like twice the caffeine.
I think you lose the snob if you like it.
I don't know if that's snobbery though. That's just preferences. I'm okay with it. It's when people are naming like this coffee maker, or I only drink coffees from here. Exactly.
Do you guys like your coffee then?
I'm a coffee snob.
Do you like the coffee here? One of the things that San Antonio, the convention center, sold us on was that they had the best coffee. That's the way they say it. I'm not sure whether you'll have to tell me what your thought.
Best like relative to what though,
that's
right?
Like a survey convention.
Yeah, like the best convention coffee is basically like saying the cleanest gas station bathroom.
Yeah, it's varying degrees of bad.
That's right.
Do you have a sports team of preference?
So I I'm a big University of Louisville fan, ACC. So anything having to do with Louisville, I'm a fan of. So I'm now a Ravens fan because of Lamar Jackson. He's a freak of nature, if you're familiar. Living in the Northeast, living in the West, living in all the different areas. I jump on a team for a bandwagon time, and then jump in Dallas. So I was Cowboys. I lived in the Northeast, so I was Patriots. I mean, but I've stayed true to Louisville, all Louisville athletics, and starting to see our teams come back on a basketball level.
Yep.
And football's always been kind of middle of the road. Hopefully, we'll start to see some wins then.
Okay,
Yeah.
I did not see that coming, actually.
I'm a Carolina Tar Heel basketball fan, so I'm sorry, but we're not going to be there. Yeah.
It's okay if you've been noticing the NIL and everything's happening.
Yeah.
We just signed 3 high dollar. I mean, I can't believe the direction sports are going.
That's a whole.
It actually is a great pay conversation because it's not really for performance; it's pay for appearance. Expected performance.
The irony is they're not businessmen, right? Or women. And so we had an issue this past year where one of our top recruits, I think it was a $6 million signing, and had to hurt back the entire year, or just didn't want to ruin his career because he was waiting for the NBA. So we're paying $6 million for bench.
Yeah, it's pay for expectations. Yeah.
I still love you, Mikhail. Mikhail Brown.
I like that you think that they're.
He's gonna listen.
Yeah,
we'll get some reach.
Now, we'll ask the next question. Although you're sitting next to Paul.
Yeah.
So, are you I've got a weekend away, or you've got a weekend away?
Yeah.
Are you going somewhere posh, or are you going somewhere to camp and rough it?
Yeah, so I'm probably going with my wife, and she doesn't rough it. So I can tell you,
literally the number.
It's always the answer.
Now split
You're without your wife for the weekend.
You had a weekend away.
Yeah. I mean, I lived out west in Tahoe, loved the mountains. So I love outdoors, but I'm probably turned into a weakling as well because I've been married to my wife for 20 years. So we're probably, the first thing when you said that, I was like, oh, we'd probably go to Lake George, the area up there in the Adirondack. So it's posh.
It's me. My youngest, I think, is she's a rough it by day.
Yeah.
Posh it by night.
Yeah, that's kind of us
that's
too.
kind of her.
Yeah.
That's kind
it's
of
the outdoor sleeping. That's sort of the new normal.
It's always about the sleep.
It is.
Yeah, we got to end the night with something other than a blow up mattress and a tent. It's not working.
I don't have a neck for camping anymore.
No.
So your favorite new affiliate spot outside the U.S., if you had to pick one of those locations, which is, by the way, going to be very hard to get to by trailer.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, I mean, outside the U.S., I think we're doing great things in Brazil. I mean, that's very cool. I just got back from India late February and loved. I have heard this before, so I'm stealing it, but India really truly is the basically the soul or the food of the soul because it just feeds you. There's such nice culture and always smiling. And our team, 55 or 45 strong in India, are our cultural backbone. They're really great people.
It's great.
Yeah.
At WorldatWork this year, San Antonio.
40. Right.
There are
higher.
70. 70 Brazil. Look at there's one over here running the show for us. Yeah, they're great. Cool. They bring such a huge contingent. So shout out to that group.
That's great. Carlos has always been. They're just very great.
Yeah, this is actually between Quinto and Cajeda Miller and all that. Carlos Silva and I go way back. That's literally the connection. Yeah, Carlos is everywhere. Also, will show you how old I am if I've known Carlos that long.
That's great. I won't question your age.
Don't write him out.
It's in English. He won't listen to it.
Okay.
So are you a crunchy or creamy peanut butter person?
Probably creamy.
That was a hedge. Probably.
What's probably?
Well, I mean,
your wife likes creamy, and you
doesn't that sound that way? Huh? I got no backbone anymore. She took that.
That's just 2 jars in the cupboard. It doesn't take out that much space.
No, I mean, I do like crunchy, but if you think about a Reese's cup, there's nothing better than that creamy peanut middle. So
that's true.
Yeah.
So, 2 things I wanted to talk on.
Sure.
If Paul wants that in, that's
I'm just here. I just look good.
Yeah.
I know.
That's good. You make me look better.
kind of 2 tied together, and how you want to meld them together is fine. But one being the mission's changing a little bit.
Yep.
Heard about it at the affiliate leadership meeting yesterday.
Yep.
That you guys are changing and you're doing some new things. So it'd be really cool to highlight that. And then secondly, anything you want to talk about for Nashville next year, what you're thinking of doing different there.
Yeah.
Super cool because that's now announced. And,
it is.
I think next week.
I think it was supposed to be confidential, but then Scott announced.
This is out a week. This is also next week. So got a week for other people to share.
Okay, good.
We won't be the ones that break that.
It's okay. It's okay. I think next year.
Also that you think the 4 people that listen to us will make or break.
It's all right. I mean, I think next year, we may probably change it up and have the announcement of the next TR at the beginning of the conference so that we can build excitement through TR.
Yeah.
I think holding it close, one of the things that I've kind of tasked Monica and the team and Courtney, everyone, is to have 5,000 people in Nashville.
Ooh.
I call it a BHAG, right? There's a big, hairy, audacious goal.
That's hairy.
But audacious isn't what I would use.
Yeah.
I like it.
We are, we are going to put that conference on sale here for $9.95, which is well below anything we've ever charged for it. So our hope is to capture this early market here. But there's a lot of things, and I think that's where we can kind of segue into your previous question about, what we're doing different is that, we're about to launch a brand in June called Bringing Great Work to Life. And you heard a little bit about it yesterday on the stage. Our efforts are really to have the full life cycle of an HR experience. Comp and benefits, and I know I'm speaking to comp people, right? You can't pay people to be happy. There's studies throughout history, since basically industrial organizational psychology have shown that pay is a consistent dissatisfier. So you can't continue to try to think you can raise people's pay and make them happier. You have to pay adequately or better than adequately in some cases, depending on the job, but you have to prop up those benefits with substantially better cultures than what we have been experiencing in business for a long time. And HR owns that, right? And so my hope here with WorldatWork is to bring a completely vertical integrated approach to helping comp and benefits become more effective in the workplace. And I could tell you from Southwest, right? I mentioned $7.15. I did not shy away from that opportunity to go work for them. They lagged the market. Delta, American, TWA, Braniff, any of those other airlines you want to talk about, Northwest, they all paid higher than Southwest. But Southwest had a 1 in 350 selection ratio. For every 350 people who applied for a job,
people wanted to work there.
Yeah. And that's a pressure. There's a lot of cultural dynamics there that helped Southwest become so successful.
Yep.
They hired the best of the best. In a lot of cases, these companies are hiring the best of who applied, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're hiring the best people. And so these are all like different, I think, people strategists, products that we're going to bring to the market to help comp and benefits, as well as generalists think in a more strategic manner and how you want and why you want to create a great culture. Great cultures drive people without discipline. You don't have to have, PIPs and, progressive discipline and all these things. People just do the job because of reciprocity. And Scott and I, speak very much in the same tone about reciprocity. It's an emotional deposit. I call it more deposits in a person's emotional bank account than withdrawals. You keep making withdrawals, you keep demanding more and more of your employees, then you're probably failing to make those emotional deposits. So I will end that quick download on different with Nashville. You're seeing the energy difference here, I hope, both of you.
Yeah.
And what our expectation in Nashville is going to be substantially more. Monica does a great job. We've rented out one of the bars on Broadway. Luke Combs probably giving away things that Monica's going to beat me up over.
Now it's your fault. Now it's not Scott's fault.
Yeah. But, for after party, we got the whole bar. It overlooks Titan Stadium.
Great spot. Yeah.
Remember on the river there. And, we're excited about it. We're going to have even substantially more diversified content, but we're going to ensure that we're very, very strong on the comp and benefits. We're never going to, split from that. We're going to bring the full accompaniment to help these professionals do the best work that they can. And that comes full circle about bringing great work to life.
I really appreciate you guys chose the entire location next year based on where my son lives.
That's it. We did that.
So stoked.
Or I can't walk around Nashville without people assuming I'm a celebrity with the last name Reiman. Actually, a quite prominent name.
Yeah.
I just drove through a few weeks ago, and all the valet tickets were spelled the Reiman way, which is not how we spell it. But I get extra perks.
You're like, oh,
in
I'm a
Nashville.
Reiman.
They're like,
no one wants to make the mistake.
That's
You might as well say yes when you're.
That's right. Just get the perks.
You may
get the perks.
That's very cool. I didn't know.
I think it's super cool. I mean, I mentioned in my, 5 seconds of fame this morning that you've highlighted had 3 bad words. This morning, I think the magic, I'll just say the magic shit happened actually in the art.
It does.
The science over the years, I think, from American Comp Association through WorldatWork, through whatever, the science gets covered in oodles and oodles of sessions.
Yeah.
But what makes companies go from good to better to best is all around this art. And that art requires being able to tie into payroll and HR. Like the culture thing for me is always a big discussion because nobody that I've seen so far says we have a shitty culture.
Yeah.
They all advertise good.
Yeah.
And so how the art is like, well, actually, is it good? Like a Southwest where people will get here because it comes out when they start, right?
Yeah.
You can't hide it forever.
Yeah.
And so that's where pay becomes an interesting thing because there are people who will, and that's the people you'll get, pay to be in a bad culture. If you pay them enough, the pain is worth enough for their life is. And then there's people who will do what you did. This is a great culture and I'm going to learn a lot. I will take less money and be in that culture. But I think the kind of truthness of that and that cool part of Work Plus, the World of Work is going to be really cool when you start adding sessions like that in to help comp be a little less isolated and give them more context.
Yeah, and I will tell you that, and we spoke about it a little bit yesterday, but the State of Rewards 26, if you haven't seen the research, jump in there. It's great data. The points you made about the metrics, especially with AI coming on and predictive analytics, different dynamics there. What we got in our research shows very clearly, again, that to your point about pay, right? You can increase pay and maybe you can increase tenure, but you can't increase engagement, right? In a lot of cases with that tenure. And so if we can help, again, professionals, especially in the human resource space, understand motivation, industrial organizational concepts, as I call them, we can, I think make great places to work. And that's really what our mission has always been, is to make great places to work across the world.
I think the reality too, I don't know the exact percentage, but a majority of Americans, at least, getting paid are not getting paid by companies that have dedicated comp people.
Right.
They're by team of 1 HR professionals or team of 3 where it's half of somebody's job, and having a place where it's more compelling for all of their job to show up to and get the right enrichment so you can do comp work better. Like, I think there's, not to get too mission aligned, but I think we can make a bigger impact on people getting paid, being paid fairly, being paid correctly, if we can educate the people that are doing that. And it's just a more compelling value prop. If I'm an HR team of 1, I'm never going to prioritize learning more about comp. I can't. I got too many things to do.
Right.
But if it's more, how do I make this a good workplace? And, oh, by the way, there's a nice learning track for what's going on in comp. How can I do that better? I think that's an opportunity to make a bigger impact.
Super
for sure.
Cool that basically the science part, like AI, and I think that's freaking people out. AI will take a lot of the science part. But everyone has a manager sample size of 1, right? Your manager's N equals 1, and you work for N equal 1 company and every company's slightly different. And I think if they can get educated and learn more and be adaptive, that art piece on how you adapt the science, it's going to happen in seconds now.
Yeah.
That's the cool opportunity, I think. And that's going to be across departments.
And I would like to say again, I know because we're all in the comp space here, that we're never going to deduct the fact that you have to have great comp, right? I mean, most of us would be on the beach or camping, in the mountains if our wives allow us. But that's ultimately a foregone conclusion, right? It's called a table stake. You got to pay. You got to pay people. I win the lottery. I love WorldatWork, but if I hit the 100 million or whatever, I'm probably on the beach somewhere. So to think that way is fair, and to think that way as an employee or as you have employees, to think, look, they're shopping, they're looking. And I think you made a great point about companies think they're good. And a lot of companies I've helped or been and have thought they were good.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of legacy dynamics that have, probably occurred since the Industrial Revolution, how we treated one another in the workplace, from, tall structures of, CEOs, hear me roar, to, flattened organizations now that don't have good communication. There's just a lot of dynamics that HR needs to be the professionals. They need to be the experts. They don't need just to be the administrative experts. They need to be the people experts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Any other last pitches on WorldatWork any other changes this year that you're looking forward to?
Yeah. I mean, I would ask people, if they haven't, right, take a look at us and look at what the future is turning into. A future of bringing great work to life is going to be, extremely focused. It's going to be authority based. We're going to have the research. We're in research right now with Deloitte, with Aon, international thought leaders, HRCI. Our research is going to be second to none. So we're able to justify some of the soft dynamics of the things we talked today that, you know, companies don't get because they need to see the metrics, but we can show through, as I spoke about, selection ratios, through turnover rates, you know, through engagement, you know, and then taking engagement and cross correlating it to service standards and different things. It's just, there's a ton of avenues and different verticals that we're going to get into here and start helping.
The only other pitch I'd make for WorldatWork is, I know when I started my career some number of years ago, it was just thought of as the certification place.
That is.
And that's not the case anymore. Speaking selfishly as somebody who has a recurring space within WorkSpan daily, like there's good content that's free. Like just go and get it.
Well, I will even tell you, like WorkSpan daily, changing, name changing, launching apps. You'll see a lot of things in the next 6 months where, and to your point, I think even the organization started thinking of themselves as a certification company, and we lost a lot of momentum because of it. But we're going to have micro learnings and things that people who live with a phone, you know, in their hand are able to get quick information and be able to, you know, to access things that they weren't able to access before.
Totally.
I pitch it a lot for that. So, adding to my list of things I'm uneducated at, I also don't have a CCP. And I say that from the standpoint of like, I have found value over 25 years in WorldatWork and continue to come back and push for people to go because there's just huge value there outside of the CCP. So I'm glad to see that we're adding a lot of that because I'm the content all the time, the certification stuff. It is huge value.
I have people, because I'm pretty active on the forum, right? So communities where people can ask questions. There's a handful of us in particular that give away a lot of advice, honestly. And I had somebody even tell me, like, this paid for my membership. Like, I got the answer I needed, and this was worth it, right? So there's a ton of resources available to people that aren't just getting a few letters after your name.
Well, we obviously love the support. We appreciate it. I mean, I think the final words I would say is just, you know, if you haven't figured it out, you know, with Scott and I, you know, we have a very humble approach to business, very humble approach to the many things that we're doing to just come give us a chance. Like, and you want to hang out with fun people and association that can give you some help, you know, we're going to make it fun because we're all too serious day in and day out having to, you know, make the, make the quarterlies, make the yearlies. We just want people to come to a refreshing place they're able to get an experience for them.
We end every time, and you have a unique perspective. Now at WorldatWork and with all the stuff you've done before, if you could automagically, another highly educated term, automagically solve any one thing in HR, what would it be?
I mean, I think it would be the reputation that has historically followed HR, that it's an administrative responsibility, that and not being, you know, again, a strategy of people. I mean, even the great sports teams as we started, right? Great coaches, leaders, you know, great general managers, having good locker room karma, good locker room culture. HR owns that, right? And I think through the course of history, HR started really more from an administrative perspective, and they were dotting the I's, crossing the T's, compliance driven. And I think that it's failed, you know, especially in the U.S., it's failed the market of human resource capability and capacity. We're just not getting the results. And I don't think we're evolving as quickly as some of the other professions, marketing, you know, finance. They're doing a lot of great things. And so, you know, I would love to see people not demoted into HR into the future. That did happen. I don't know if you remember that. It was the FBI issue. And there was the FBI guy that was demoted, and
my dad was a recruiter for 40 years. So, you know, he had a love-hate relationship with HR. And so the early quote he gave me at time, which still might be the case in general, is 95% of people aren't in HR by choice. It was not said positively to a recruiter. But the other 5% will be some of the smartest people you will ever meet in your entire life. I don't think that's the right ratio. He was a little biased as a recruiter.
my father was similar. So.
But the premise being, there are a lot of people dropped in there that treat it as a job, and there's a lot of bad stuff. But there is huge opportunity to drive companies forward. You know, with the right people in that place. Was actually seen by that from that perspective.
Right. I always said, don't be Toby. Right. I'm an Office fan, right?
Yeah.
Don't be Toby.
Yeah.
Don't just sit back there and waffle around. I don't know. Like, steward something. Like, be an ambassador. Be the culture.
You probably can't be Steve Carroll either, though.
I try sometimes, but we know Sean does.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming, taking time. We know, like, we're literally in the middle of World at Work, and we grabbed their chief operating officer and stole him. You know, I really appreciate it. For those listening, Kawel has proven by sharing emails with me, he will talk with anybody about this stuff. And so very approachable. Love the space.
Thank you.
Not only just, I will put in a plug for you. You have to get out so don't get your head get too big. But not only helping World at Work, but we shared, this sounds very nerdy, but we did share statistics on pay dissatisfaction. Going back and forth. So you dig the space, which I think is really cool too. They didn't find somebody who just to come in and, you know, grows associations. This is a place that's, you know, I think important to you. So I'm super stoked to see what the next year brings.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited. Again, I'm excited to collaborate with everyone. I think our road show, I don't know if you plugged that, but, you know, we're going to be stopping by several affiliates, and I'll be able to join Sean and some of the different cities. I think Charlotte, Nashville, Memphis.
I don't know. World at Work for the 26 or 7 stops in the trailer did commit to having somebody. I wasn't attend. I wasn't 100% sure if it was for support or babysitting purposes. No, but that was the.
It won't be babysitting for me because we'll be in Louisville together. So I'll take you to the best you like bourbon.
So we it's a complete side hustle. I lived in Louisville for 2 years.
Oh wow.
So we moved there with Mercer.
Okay.
I was supposed to be there 3 years.
Yeah.
And about a year and a half in, my wife, who's from New England, made me go to my boss and tell them that she was moving back to New England. She would like me to go with her, but I was not a requirement. And I'm like, and I would like to go with her. So I worked.
When were you with Mercer in Louisville?
2003, 4, 5. I was in Louisville and then stayed.
Because my uncle was a principal, Terry Tyler, probably, I don't know, in Louisville there. So, but it was it's a big building.
The Meitinger building was there. I mean, so right 4th Street was getting done. It's cool experience for me.
Well, we'll go to one of the better, probably the best bourbon bar in the country. It's got a wall of bourbon and pretty much any bourbon you
it's a great area. I'm there for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So
all right,
awesome.
I really appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank
for
you guys.
coming by.
I meet you.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Good.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So weird. My head was